Good morning, good morning, good morning. And how's everybody doing out there? And welcome to the Charles Matthews Morning Show. I have a great guest today. We've been emailing back and forth, and I'm going to try. I'm telling you, I'm going to try to get her to dance. You know what I mean? We were joking around about it before. I think I can get her to dance. If you guys can, help me out here, we're going to throw it down. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned for my special guest. Yes, we're back. And this show today is for all my Nubian queens, for all my ladies out there. I wanted to bring a special show for you today, so I had to bring a special lady. Please welcome to the show, Sharon.
Hello.
How you doing?
I am great. How are you?
I'm good. I know. I saw you panicking in the background in my intro about I'll get you the dance.
Like, oh my God!
I saw the fear come over you. Don't worry, I got you.
Don't do it to me.
Oh my Lord! So I know. Tell everybody the story you told me about your pledging and back in the days about the dancing. That I found that funny when I was reading the email.
Oh my God! So when I was pledging, I was online. First, it was Alpha Angel, then for AKA, and you practice and you're getting ready to do stomp shows and things like that. And we were always at practice very late because I kept getting off beat. And finally, one of my big sisters said, "Look, come here." She took me by my little t-shirt, pulled me out of line, put me to the back at the end. "You're going to be tail dog. Here's your flashlight, because we were dancing to, Flashlight, Parliament Funkadelic. Do what you want." What? Oh my God. I thought I was, I'm okay by myself. I'm okay. So then in church, my father was a minister and pastor, and I always sung in the choir. We had to do something. You can't be in the house and you're not doing something in church, right? That's the rule, unspoken rule. And so I'm in the choir, and they always start you off. Here goes the choir director moving you, right? All right, here we go. The song starts, everybody's singing, I'm good. Then he starts us to clapping. That's when the problem comes in. I get off beat. And he stands up there, puts his hand down while everybody's singing and looks at me and then points me out like that. It says,
Stop it.
Gets me back. I'm like, okay, I got it. Yeah, I'll sing it. Then he does it again. You stop. Okay. Look, which two do you want? I can sing, I can sway, or I can sing and I can clap. But I can't sing, clap, and sway. I found out.
That was the director's fault, because he shouldn't have put that third movement in there. He saw that you were swaying and clapping good.
Yeah.
Listen,
you with me, right?
Yeah,
he shouldn't have did that. That's his fault. That's what I was saying all along, Charles.
Listen, I agree with you. If you got someone doing the 1-2 step, leave him alone.
Leave me alone after that. Leave me alone. I didn't know I had to Mr. Gene or something, whatever they kept, picking on. You know what they say. So I'm like, well, I didn't.
Lord.
Help me.
So tell everybody, where are you calling in from right now?
Atlanta, Georgia.
There you go. So is it hot right now?
Yes. It's very hot.
Yeah, we're missing the heat right now. It's getting kind of cool over here.
Well,
yeah, it's winter's coming. We can feel it. Winter's coming.
You say winter's coming. Oh Lord. It is coming, but I'm ready for it. I love the cool weather.
Okay.
I love the cool weather because flashing.
Yeah. So here it is. Tell us the story, Dad, because you're talking about, from one scale to the other scale. You talked about, the pledging, talked about, being in the choir. So tell us your story. Where's your background from? Tell us, how you were brought up.
San Antonio, Texas. in the 19th half, and in a Baptist household, always in the church. Grandmother was there, but she passed when I was about 4 or 5. But it seems later. I remember seeing and feeling her for a long time. My father, who's head of our household and our lives, he came out of the army, married my mom, who he met in high school. But when he saw her playing basketball, he went to introduce himself. He was Magnum cum laude, and
Yeah.
the captain of the team, and everybody was swooning over him, right? And he said, "Hey, yeah, you Essie Bennett, right? You want to go out?" She looked at him up and down, dropped dead, and went on about her business. I think that's what hooked him. I'm pretty sure, because he was looking for her when he got out of the military, and they got together and dated like about this long. They
Mm-hmm.
got married and were married almost 60 years before he passed. So we moved a lot. He ended up working with the phone company, Southwestern Bell, AT&T, as a janitor to start out, which he was dissatisfied with because he was very smart and intelligent and going to college and stuff like that. And that's when he took a step forward to do a little bit more and fight for equality for Blacks, because then we couldn't apply for jobs other than
Mm-hmm.
as cleaning people or mechanics.
Right.
You
Right.
had to have permission to want something more. And of course, the answer was always no.
Right. And it's
So, you know what I'm saying? So he was part of the NAACP. He was helping people to register, and he power to the people. He's putting it together. No, this can't go on. And so it was very difficult for him. But you know,
well, I have to say thank you then, because of men like your father. Because here where I am, our government just put out millions of dollars to black only businesses to help black businesses.
wonderful.
They announced that yesterday, and we're all
Hmm.
crazy thinking, "Whoa, where did this come from?" Like, like, wow, okay,
What
now,
started that?
yeah.
What's happening? What do we have to do?
So yeah, we can see the difference between back then when he was around to now. So we have to thank people like your father for standing up and saying, "Hey, mm-mm, mm-mm,
Yes.
I I can do that job, and I can probably do that job a lot better."
Yes, yes, a lot better. And it
Yeah,
was a big risk. And I think that was a lot of the fear as well, is here comes someone with more education and know-how than
right.
I, and they're going to try to get ahead of me and get what I have. And what they had was based on just simply color of their skin
Yeah,
and who they knew. And
uh,
today, a lot of that still exists,
I like
right?
I like that part. Let's stick with that part right there. It's who,
Okay.
because we all know it's a club. If you have somebody working at a certain company and you tell
Hmm.
that person will get you in, oh, this is my friend, or like that resume.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Or are you on the list at the club? Who
yeah,
I know girlfriend right here. I'm with her.
yeah,
I'm with him. That gets you in, right? And the good old boy system.
yeah.
And that's what it was a lot. And it was just really rampant. They didn't even try to hide it then. Okay,
Hmm.
their distaste for you. Today they try to hide it. Well, it's coming out a lot lately, but
Hey, we do what we kind
you
of do, right?
you know what I mean. They is kind of hidden under radar. It's happening. They want you to think it's equal and that you have an opportunity for this position when really they already have a candidate that they prefer or have chosen that they plan to give it to. So.
It, it's like when you ask for that extra pickle in your hamburger, you still got to open the bun
Yeah.
and look where the pickle is, because you're not 100% sure if it's there or not.
What was I asking for too much? I just wanted a pickle. One pickle. Get a pickle and a half. Come on, man.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So is that why, did you always want to do what you do now? Like as a little girl growing up, you say, well, this is my dream, this is what I'm going to do, or did you want to, be something totally different?
I have to tell you, and I feel bad about that sometimes, but I was angry with him.
Mm,
You you know, this was a sacrifice he took.
right.
And he risked everything, including the livelihood that he just got to try to make things right and equal for other people. And this meant he was gone a lot. So, but when I talked to my mother about it, she's okay because he told her what he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
She was on his side, she's backing him up, and she's with him. If he's gone a lot, he's gone a lot. She's gonna hold it down.
Right.
And that's what she did. And but when he was off, he would take us out. We'd spend time together.
Mm-hmm.
He'd take us to our concert with our favorite groups. Mine was the Temptations.
Okay.
And then my younger brother was James Brown, and
Mm-hmm.
my older brother was Elvis Presley.
Okay. That's a hold on. You went I
Yeah.
won't I won't ask. I won't ask.
We weren't even teenagers yet. He picked Elvis Presley. Okay. We all had our favorites. My favorite ice cream, strawberry. My younger brother was chocolate. My older brother, vanilla. I, you
Okay.
know, whatever. But dad was the one that did the activity with us when he could. But I was angry with him. And actually, I have a very upsetting story when I was in the fourth grade because as he was trying to progress, it meant we had to move.
Mm-hmm.
And he traveled between the cities talking with the union members. Then it was called the Colored People's Union.
Okay.
And he lobbied and became president of that union. And of course, he required that they dress for all their meetings, regardless of how the white establishment felt about them, that they wear suits. Okay. So they would do this and go for these meetings and speak to them as if they were nothing,
Mm,
disrespect, not saying Mr. or by the first name, you, and the N word. Okay. They would come in late. They would have trays of ice water, but never offer them water. Okay. So that was a problem. Um, but one of my stories was when we got to this new school and we lived on the north side. It was mostly white, and there was no school picture. I don't have any school pictures. Okay. Um, there was a spelling bee going on, and I participated. And it got to the point in our school where it was between me and one other little blonde girl, very sweet
mhm.
and cute. And she lost. And they thanked me and everything and sent a ribbon to my class the next morning. But then someone came to class and asked me to come to the principal's office. I go to his office. He thanks me. I'm sitting in my legs swinging this big wooden chair in front of his desk. He gets up from the desk, walks around, stands in front of me, leans back on his desk, and he says, I'm not going to be able to
Reward.
represent the school
Yeah.
for the citywide competition. And I was shocked and I didn't understand, in the fourth grade. And I asked him why. And he actually said it because you're a,
Mm, okay.
you're saying this to a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay. And what? Why? He said, look, let's not make this harder than it is. You can go on back to class now. Congratulations. I took that ribbon off my dress that the teacher had given me and threw it in his trash can on my way out. But I tell you, I was brokenhearted.
Mm,
I was crying and I couldn't wait to get home to tell my parents. And I get back to class and I just go and I sit down. You think she ever asked me what was wrong or how I was doing? I'm spending the whole rest of the day in class crying off and on because of that. No empathy was given, no care, no let's go ahead and send her home. I wanted my dad to do something about it.
mm,
I heard them talking about it, he and my mother, and she was like, "Well, we don't want our kids to become targets
Right.
at school." I could see both sides, and he was very angry. He wanted to tell that man off and go to the top of the school if he needed to, and meet him, like Tyler Perry said, in the parking lot at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I can see it.
yeah, but they decided to let dogs lie.
Mm.
Well, when he took us to the coast, to the beach for the weekend, I'm skating. He calls me over and he asked how I'm doing. I said, "I'm fine." He said, "Okay, anything I can do for you? What you want?" I said, "What I wanted was for you to get me in that spelling bee."
Mm.
I didn't realize how painful that was to him when I said that. I remember him wincing
Mm.
when I said that. And he said, "Okay, well, I'm sorry. Go ahead." What was that word? He said, "Beat feet."
Mhm.
That's saying that, yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead and go back to skate.
Go back and do what you're doing. Yeah.
Right, right. And when I stopped and turned to look at him, he had tears welled up in his eyes.
Hmm.
But I was angry with him. And
Because
I know he was brokenhearted.
yeah, because he wants to do what he knows he can do, right? And mom's telling
Yeah.
both sides, and he's looking at it like, okay, my daughter's 10. She's got many years at this school left to go. I can fight the fight now, or when's a good time to fight the fight? And this is where it
Mm-hmm.
happens. And he's like, yeah, if he could, he would go down there and rip every speaker out and say, look,
Ooh.
nobody's on this stage. If my daughter ain't going on this stage, nobody's going on this stage.
Nobody going, and nobody going. That's what I wanted. That right there.
Yeah.
But you have to think about the long term,
Yeah.
right?
So
What he was doing was for everyone. So.
yeah. So is that where this position you're doing now, helping out young women, helping out, young teens is coming from?
Mm. That's coming from an incident that happened with me when I was dating someone in high school.
Okay.
They, go ahead.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to dive right into it. We're going to dive into it, how you got to this position. We're going to dive into the website and how this is going to help a lot of beautiful ladies out there get to that next level. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. CMJ Entertainment is a one-stop shop. CMJ Entertainment helps people do any type of events, and it's a marketing tool as well. So we'll cover everything from start to finish. If it's a wedding, we'll make sure your wedding is over the top. And if it's an event, we make sure that everybody gets information at the end of the day. Give us a call at 416-414-8964 or online, go to cmjent.com. Yeah. Yes, we're back. All right, I just had to give you a little bit of your song there, a little bit of her song. Oh, we lost her, but we're gonna get her right back. Her system went down, but while we're waiting for her to come back, we're gonna show you her website, and we're live, so hopefully she can just turn herself back in. So here's her website. It's the Shoe Fetish Movement, and she's got a lot of stuff going on. Her website is there. You can pull it up on the screen, take a look, and I believe that right picture right there is her father, the gentleman we're talking about live on air. And if you think about it, he had a tough decision to do, right? He really had a tough decision on what he needed to do. So life goes on, but we have to see how we move things back and forth. So I was
right.
We have her back, and that's the good-looking man right there.
That's him, Daddy.
There you
Made
go.
me be in by midnight. They called me Cinderella at school.
There you go. There you go.
Oh my God, he was tough. There he is.
All right. So which brother is in that picture right there?
That's the Elvis Presley brother. Vanilla ice cream. My older brother. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Oh man. Oh man. All right. All right.
I don't know. Dad was always playing music in the house. They had a stereo and he loved it. He could sing. Oh, he has a beautiful voice, beautiful voice. And it was Sam Cooke, Billie Holiday. Yeah, I don't, we didn't have Elvis at the house. I don't
Mm-mm.
know what happened, but I loved Elvis though. But it's, Temptations, like you just playing, and that was my favorite song too because my birthday's in May.
There
So I
you go.
always felt like they were singing to me.
All right. So just before the break, we were getting to the story on why did you decide to do, what you do? It says a walk of love for women on the move to depart knowledge and empowerment.
hmm
You want to give women empowerment from young to old, any age. You want to empower.
hmm Okay. Well, growing up in a civil rights household, there were things that bothered you that you may not could speak about. In the time I grew up was in the 60s. You do as you're told. There's not a bunch of touchy-feely kumbaya moments.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't know a lot, but they were strong. I knew to be strong, and I grew up being strong. But there was a situation when I was able to date, and I dated this guy. He took me out for my 18th birthday, and he felt like the perfect gift was he and I being intimate.
Mm.
And no, but he took it upon himself, and it was a very hard time. I ended up walking home because we went to the dinner and then a movie. I ended up walking home from there in the snow. Took me a while. We didn't have cell phones, and as soon as I got in that house, my dad whacked me across my
Mm-hmm.
face for being late past curfew. And I hollered at him what happened
Mm-hmm.
and called him a stupid man.
Mm.
I must have wanted another whack.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, oh no, I wasn't in my right mind though. So thank God for mother, but he sent me to bed. We talked the next morning and he could see, the bruising and
Mm-hmm.
everything. And he went up the street to the next neighborhood to the guy's home, his father's home. I don't know what happened. I know it wasn't good. I know my dad was mad, and it got worse. And I just had trouble recovering from that emotionally.
Right.
And so you think about other people, and it became cathartic for me writing because I always journaled and had a diary, is what we called it then. Now they just say journaling,
Yeah.
and I had so many by the time I got to college. Yeah, I wanted to kill somebody in college too, but anyway, I digress. Um, I had so many journals. People said, "What are you doing with all that? What are you going to do with that? You should write a book."
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So that's when I started writing the book, and it was healing for me to
Mm-hmm.
do that, to write these stories, not just my stories, but stories of my friends in college. Also, there was a lot going on. That was like Peyton Place. What
Yeah.
do people know what Peyton Place is today? Dynasty,
Mm-hmm.
the some current terms. Date
Yeah.
myself. There was a lot going on in college and a lot of heartache, and people weren't getting through it, especially my sisters. It's like we
Well,
needed someone talking to us.
yeah, but let's stick a pin in that because
hmm
especially for our culture, okay, we don't talk about these things. Okay, so I know back then we don't talk about these things. We're just gradually starting to talk about it now because
Yes.
we were taught to be strong,
hmm
we can handle it. We don't
hmm
need to go speak to nobody. We speak it. We keep it in house. The only people
hmm
you talk about might be a church sister or a church brother, but we don't.
Yeah.
It don't leave the house,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So
And that's strong. Being
yeah,
strong. Keep it to yourself.
yeah, but that was never ever the best way. Everything now is like you needed somebody to talk to. You
Yes.
an outlet. So
Right.
your fellow sisters telling you and talking to you, that's you were their outlet.
Yeah, I needed the outlet though. I did okay. So that was the case, and I'm not sure why even today. Well, I know today more people know that I'll talk about things,
Hmm.
but it was like people were drawn to me to tell me their story, and I'm not sure what that was or what they saw that they felt. Let me talk to her.
Hmm.
KK, what they called me then. Let me
Okay.
talk to KK, which is my middle name. And that's what happened. So when I would go to girls' homes to speak to them, young ladies, that couldn't finish college because they were pregnant, not college, I'm sorry, high school,
Hmm.
because they were pregnant and had to go to special school and program, um, a lot of that came out. And it was very beneficial for them. At least this is what they tell me. And as I write my books and I try to tell the stories, it became more of the healing part and the speak out and empower, encourage, support part. So that's how that started morphing into
Okay.
the empowerment speaking.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So now you go place to place, and then what's the main thing that you speak on? How do you
Mm.
how do you get them to know that their worth is 10 times what they think their worth is? Because a lot of times, I'm finding out men and women nowadays, like even the young teens, they see what's going on in our situation, they see what's happening
Hmm.
in our lives, and men and women don't think that their value is their value anymore. How do we how do
Right.
how do we talk to them and say, listen, time out. When God put you on this earth, your value was tenfold. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
what do we
Yes.
say to
You
our young?
just have to know your purpose and find it. So when I start, for example, I have 8 different programs. But when I start the program, it's a greeting. So they're standing, and I get them to say something simple, whatever came to my mind that night. I am of love. I am of worth. I am of value. I am my own best friend. I love me. Something like that, right? But when they stand, also, they have to turn to the person next to them, tell them something positive that you noticed about them.
Mm,
Okay. Then hug them and tell them, you are my sister and I love you. Okay.
yeah,
And do it the other way. People have no idea how something so simple can be so powerful, right?
yeah.
Someone saying a compliment to you about something. Some people never received compliments,
Hmm.
or they were backhanded ones, or they don't get a hug every day.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
great a hug feels, right? It's
Hmm.
very simple, but it's important and it's motivating. So I like to start that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just start talking about different things, but I like to do it in spurts. I don't like just standing and this and that and yeah, boring. Okay, I'm done. That's how I am. I'm ready to go. Time to go. So I'll speak a couple of minutes or so, and then I'll pull out one of my balls.
Hmm.
And so, okay, people, like a bouncing ball, a toy ball, cushy Nerf ball. Let me explain, because somebody's always one. She said she pulled out of a, please. It's always that person. I swear, I don't know how, I don't care how hard you try to avoid it and keep miscommunication down. There's always one. Are you the one? I don't want y'all misunderstand. So pull out the Nerf balls, little round Nerf balls, right? And we have to toss it. So when we toss it, we have to say something encouraging and
Hmm.
empowering to whoever catches it.
Right. And
And
then
then they have to do it back. And then another thing, sorry, I get this from my dad too. Another thing at the end is like a fashion walk,
okay.
because I always believe the shoes hold secrets, and we get shoes for many reasons,
Hmm.
decor for that date.
Yeah.
And women tend to buy the shoes, then we get the outfit. You
Okay.
know, and sometimes we get the pair of shoes for sex. You know, let's be real.
Let's be real.
But
Let's be real.
let's be honest. So, well, I'll have them bring their favorite pair of shoes. They have to tell why, and that's what I'm reading on the card as they come out. This is so and so, and she is wearing, like I like to say, a classic navy pump.
Yeah.
Oh, watch her strutting these shoes. She got these shoes for and when, and here's her story.
And when she's in those shoes, she feels like she's confident. She's
Yeah,
strong. Yeah.
right. And she's walking and she's doing her thing. Oh, look at everybody. Give her a hand. Give her a hand. The top three are going to get prizes. Who has the most swagger?
Yeah.
Mm.
See that? Now I get why the title of your website, the Shoe Fetish Mode. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So then, with COVID happening, where can people get a hold of you? Are you still doing speaking online? Are you doing it one-on-one? Like, what's been happening?
It's been, I've been working on this biography mostly, but there has been a couple of events that I've done online like this, and then individual
Okay.
speaking or coaching, if you will. Because people, even though I try to stay away, I love writing. I love to get in my little corner with my phone and my popcorn and my little light and just write.
Okay.
Nobody. The people keep coming. Look, I want to talk to you about. Look, what can you do? Can we talk about? Can we? No, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. No, but I do talk. So they can reach me on the website, shoefetishmovement.com, or call the 800 number, 888. Where's my number? 321-9604.
Type it out. Type it out. There you go.
You ever realize, you're not sure when someone asks you your number, it's like, I don't call me. So wait a minute, let me think about it. Yeah, okay. Or email shoefetishmovement@gmail.com or Sharon Bennett J, the letter J, @gmail.com.
There you go. There you go. All right. So we're having so much fun. I like to put the comments up on the screen. One comment came up right here. I don't know if there's a friend of yours or a person you know, but there it is. The most realist person I've known in life outside my mom and dad. There you go.
Oh, Bruno. Hey, B. I met this guy when I was 19 and we moved back from St. Louis. A mutual friend, my cousin, his friend introduced us. Yeah, this brother was fine back in the day. How you doing, Mary? Yeah, so,
Oh, Lord.
and we've been friends ever since. And Bruno knows. If he doesn't really want to know, don't ask me. I don't play. I joke around, but I'm honest. I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling, what's coming through. Some people can handle it, some cannot. Some people rather you not say anything but positive. Oh, I'm just as that, and oh God, this and that. Really? Yeah, but you kind of messing up what God has, because what it is they're letting their self-esteem or lack thereof get involved, and their feeling of need of being thrown away. And so they make decisions based on that, and they don't want you to point that out.
Okay.
So you should take the good with the bad. If you feel it's bad, it's not. It's real and it's honest, and make a full decision based on
All right. Well, listen, this is our time. I appreciate you coming on. I've had a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed.
Me too.
But before we let you go, we always do something here. It's called the Queen Wave. This is your opportunity to say bye to anybody, any shout outs, anybody out there you want to say hi to, go right ahead.
Hello, Sam Houston High School, class of 75, San Antonio, Texas. Hi, mother, queen of our family. I love you so much. That's my baby. Hey, honey. To my daughter, my son, and their families, and my grandchildren. Did I say I had grandchildren?
I knew you were going to come with that.
Oops, like I can't. Charles made me do that. All my friends and family, thank you for the support, listening, and coming along. I appreciate it. And thank you for tuning in and giving a remark, Bruno. I appreciate it. Love you, bro.
Listen, usually I send the guests off and sign out, but you're special. We're gonna sign off together, okay?
All right.
All right, everybody. Listen, I always say you didn't have to watch, but you did. I thank you for watching, and like I always say, be kind to somebody. And now today, guess what? Hug somebody, tell them you love them.
Please.
Next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Has come to an end. But the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to obtain